invoking the blessings of the Almighty, elders, staff and students, participants from around the world. Namaste and good evening. Welcome to the day 84 of the One World, One Family World Cultural Festival here at Sathya Grama.
We extend a very warm welcome to our esteemed guests this evening. Padma Bhushan awardee Mr. Natarajan Chandrasekharan, Chairman of Tata Sons and the Tata Group of Companies. Padma Bhushan awardee Dr. Sunil Gavaskar, legendary cricketer, trustee of the Sri Sathya Sai Health and Education Trust, which manages the Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani chain of hospitals.
Dr. Sunil Gavaskar, or in the cricket parlance, the Little Master, is today a champion for healing little hearts. In what he describes as the third innings of his life, he is the global ambassador for the Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani group of pediatric cardiac hospitals that is dedicated to saving young hearts and lives. We invite Dr. Sunil Gavaskarji to make the introductory remarks, please.
With humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Humble pranams at the feet of Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. Greetings to Sri Chandrasekharan, and welcome to all of you over here on the 84th day of the celebrations of the 100th birth anniversary of our beloved Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. It is indeed a great, great honor for me to be here this evening. Honor because when Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai asked me to chair the selection panel to recognize leaders, global leaders, who have done wonderful things for India, I was taken a little aback because my field has been the sports field. But this was something completely new to me. But with the guidance of the esteemed panel of esteemed selection panel, we were able to find, and I tell you one thing, it was just such a list of luminaries that have brought glory to India, that have shown leadership which cannot be measured in words, that it was, for me, a very, very humbling experience. A humbling experience because sometimes when you play sport and you're lauded to the skies, you think that you have done so much. But when you then see those that have not just done something on the field of sports, but all across, in all aspects of your life, that is when it strikes you that what you have done in sports is just nothing very special. So today, it is our honor to honor Sri Chandrasekharan, the head of the Tatas, a group which has been known for its integrity, a group which has been known for its work ethic, a group which has created wealth for Indians, a group which has created employment for so many millions, not just in India, but all over the world, and a group which has always had compassion as its guiding factor. A compassion which you can see in the many charitable activities that the Tata Group has over the years. And so therefore it is our honor, sir, to have you here this evening with us. Thank you for accepting our award. It is just our humble way of acknowledging what you and your colleagues have done and continue to do for our country. Thank you all. And I know that just 16 days left, so we are all anxious to see the 100th birth anniversary, and also would at the same time, today being Australia Day, welcome all the delegates from Australia. Tell them that at this particular moment of time, India is 2-1 up in the T20 series. And because it was Australia Day today, we ensured that when we win the series tomorrow, it'll be another country's day, not an Australia Day. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Namaskar.
The Gift of Life ceremony is a tradition to celebrate those who have been given a new lease of life through timely medical care, advanced surgery, and a compassionate service at our hospitals. Today, we have two beneficiaries whose lives have been transformed. First is 4-year-old Ganvita from a small village in Tumkur district. Her father is Kantaraju, who works as an assistant in a pharmacy, and her mother Veena is a homemaker. Frequent episodes of fever and breathlessness took her to various doctors who diagnosed her with a congenital heart defect.
Neighbors and well-wishers referred her to a hospital last week. Diagnostics confirmed an atrial septal defect and partial anomalous pulmonary venous connection. She was admitted on 3rd November and underwent a successful AST surgical closure with rerouting of partial anomalous pulmonary venous connection. The surgery was smooth and her recovery was quick. She is once again active, playful, and ready to go home. Today, we are delighted to have her and her parents with us as we celebrate her new beginning. We invite Ganvita and her parents to receive the gift of life. She is so blessed to receive the blessings from Sadguru.
"30-year-old Chaya's long-cherished dream of becoming a mother came true when she and her husband, who was a cab driver, learned that they were going to be parents. Due to various complications, an emergency C-section procedure was performed. A premature baby was born at just 29 weeks, weighing less than 1 kilo. This led to further challenges including breathing difficulty, risk of infection, very low birth rate, and anemia. Yet, under the continuous care of our dedicated neonatologists and nurses in the neonatal intensive care unit, the baby has made steady progress.
And now, at a corrected gestational age of 33 weeks and 3 days, the baby is steadily gaining weight and showing positive developmental growth. Despite several challenges, this little baby has been displaying the true spirit of a soldier with the love of her parents and the commitment of her neonatal team. We invite Chaya, who represents the enduring spirit of a mother and a little brave heart, to receive the gift of life certificate. The Global Leadership Award celebrates individuals who exemplify ethical leadership, social commitment, and purpose-driven innovation and recognizes their contributions to society. It's a tribute to those who establish not just businesses, but create legacies and service, sustainability, and nation building.
The awardees are selected after careful consideration by an eminent jury comprising of renowned luminaries like Mr. Aravinda De Silva, legendary Sri Lankan cricketer and business leader, Mr. A. Balasubramanian, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC, Mr. Jay Kumar, entrepreneur and former Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Bank of Baroda, Mr. Ashish Chauhan, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, National Stock Exchange of India, Ms. M.V. Bhanumati, former Director General of Income Tax, and Mr. Nikunj Dalmia, former Managing Editor, ET Now. And this team of luminaries are led by the jury at its chairman, our dear Dr. Sunil Gavaskar. Today, we are proud to present the One World, One Family Global Leadership Award to Mr. N. Chandrasekharan, one of India's most influential and admired business leaders, a man whose journey from a small town in Tamil Nadu to the boardrooms of the world embodies vision, integrity, and quiet strength.
Mr. Natarajan Chandrasekharan, fondly known as Chandra, is the chairman of Tata Sons, the holding company of the Tata Group, India's oldest and most trusted business institution. For nearly 4 decades, he has been at the heart of Tata legacy, leading with a balance of innovation and empathy. He began his career at Tata Consultancy Services in 1987, rising through the ranks to become its CEO and managing director. Under his leadership, TCS became India's most valuable company and a global technology powerhouse. When he assumed the role of chairman of Tata Sons in 2017, Mr. Chandrasekhar ushered in a new era of transformation through his One Tata vision, a strategy rooted in simplification, scale, and synergy.
Today, the Tata Group is shaping the future across industries. From semiconductors and digital platforms to green energy, electronics manufacturing, and a bold new chapter in aviation with the acquisition of Air India. His leadership is defined by foresight and deep conviction, guiding the group towards a sustainable and human-centered future.
Mr. Chandrasekharan's global influence extends beyond business. He serves on international advisory councils for Singapore's Economic Development Board, Mitsubishi, and the IMF, and chairs the Indian Institute of Management, Lucknow. His contributions have been recognized with some of the world's highest honors, the Padma Bhushan in 2022, Francis Legion d'Honneur in 2023, and an honorary knighthood from the United Kingdom in 2025. He is also the author of Digital Nation, a powerful vision for using technology to advance human progress. Away from the boardroom, he's an avid photographer and a passionate marathon runner, a 6-star finisher of the World Marathon Majors.
For his exemplary leadership, unwavering commitment to ethical growth, and outstanding role in shaping a sustainable and inclusive future for business and humanity, we are deeply honored to present the One World, One Family Global Leadership Award to Mr. Natarajan Chandrasekaran. May we request Mr. Chandrasekaran to receive the award from Sadguru and deliver his acceptance speech thereafter.
Pranams at the lotus feet of Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Pranams at the feet of Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai Swami. Good evening to all of you. It is a very humbling moment to be in front of all of you and to be recognized with this honor. I accept it on behalf of all my colleagues in the Tata Group and outside who have enormously contributed to my growth, and also my mentor, Mr. Ratan Tata, who has given a lot for me and empowered me always to do what I felt was necessary and gave me the freedom to make bold decisions. And I also want to thank and express my deepest gratitude to Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai Swami and also to the jury led by, if I may say, my iconic cricket players, the ever great Sunil Gavaskar ji. I had the opportunity this afternoon to come to this campus for the first time and spend a couple of hours witnessing what is happening here. And it is truly remarkable and very, very inspiring. And the fact that all of this has been achieved in a short period of the last 10 years clearly demonstrate and shows to all of us what can be done with the blessing of Swami. When I was told that I should give a small speech, I was thinking what to talk because I'm a person who talks a lot about business and didn't know who will be the audience that I'll be addressing. So generally I thought I will speak a little bit about leadership and leadership that is required today. It also gave me an opportunity in the last few weeks to reflect what is happening around the world and what kind of leadership is required. I've been working for the Tatas almost for 40 years. I'm entering my 40th year. But I can say with confidence, leaders today, rather today's leaders, face tougher challenges than I can imagine in the recent history. Just consider the last 5 years. You've had a once-in-a-generation pandemic. We are seeing the world is at war constantly, a major war in Europe, war in Middle East. And there are, every now and then, outbursts and signs of disturbances in different parts of the world. An unthinkable decoupling or slowdown of globalization, which none of us in business would have predicted a few years ago. And we are in an era where things are challenged. Many times, the established orthodoxies are being questioned now. And there is challenges to trade, in aid, and multilateralism. So if this is what we want to address, we need a different kind of leadership, but at the same time, leading now is more difficult. Because some of these challenges are very global in nature. So what a successful leadership for today will look like is a question I thought I'd wonder. I've been a technologist all my career. So normally, I would talk a lot about how many problems can be solved through technology. In fact, the advancement of technology today is at a very important inflection point. I don't know how many people have noticed it. Because throughout history, it was always the scientific progress that has led to anything. For example, computing was possible because of scientific progress in physics and quantum mechanics. But for the first time, progress in computing is resulting in scientific breakthroughs. In 2024, the first time the Nobel Prize for Chemistry went to not to a researcher in chemistry, but to a computer scientist who used AI algorithms to come up with innovation. So things are about to change because the pace of innovation, pace of research, pace of breakthroughs will dramatically increase. So I do believe technology appreciation, digital literacy, and the ability to use technology to solve human problems will be a fundamental factor for any leader. But that's not what I'm going to mention today. To my mind, there are three human qualities that are going to be absolutely essential in today's world for leaders: curiosity, creativity, compassion. By curiosity, I do not mean the ability to learn, but that's always taken for granted. I mean the urge to know more, the urge and the appetite to know more, not intellectual content, to know more about people, to know more about different points of views, to know more about different types of living and working. Because you are a diplomat negotiating with foreign suppliers, the very next moment you are an analyst doing number crunching, working out margins and market moves, and the next moment you are a sociologist interpreting the needs and values of younger people. All of this happens in the same day, sometimes all of this happens in the same afternoon. So, if you are curious, I believe that a curiosity often pairs with another desirable attribute or trait, which is humility. Curious people don't have ego. They're willing to ask questions, even if they may sound silly. And they're open to other ideas, and they are not fixated on their way of doing things. So curiosity is absolutely important. And in a volatile world, I feel curiosity is an armor. It protects one from the unexpected. And now it prepares you for the next important leadership trait that I want to talk about, which is creativity. People will say, AI has come. It is bringing a lot of scientific breakthroughs. Creativity is being taken over. New proteins are being detected in a fraction of seconds, which used to take years. But let us not forget, all it does is things that were there, that was always there. It can find those patterns, which are very, very complex patterns because it runs into billions of permutations, and it can detect them. But they all existed. Machines cannot dream. Machines cannot imagine. And machines don't care. And human beings can. And that is why creative leaders look at complex problems and come up with out-of-the-box solutions. Like curiosity pairs with humility, I think creativity pairs with courage. Because it takes a lot of courage to be creative. Because you don't know whether you're going to succeed or you're going to fail. It takes courage to make a bet. And experimentation is imperative. The best way forward is the path that is not traveled. And only creative people can do that. So we need leaders who can become inventors. And inventors who can invent a new kind of prosperity where the wealth flows to all, not to a select few. And that's what we need in this world. Which leads me to the final trait I want to talk about, if I may say so, one that animates this entire festival and the organization that runs it. I'm talking about compassion. Today's world, if I may so say, materialistic world, constantly tempts leaders away from compassion. Only the best leaders resist that temptation. Compassion is not a luxury. It's not something to be exercised occasionally. It should be a component of every decision you make as a leader. In a volatile world, compassion helps both in navigation and also in motivation. So I believe while we will always go through technological advancement and we'll have tools which will make many things possible, if we don't get our focus on a human-centric leadership, the traits of curiosity, creativity, and compassion, especially compassion, it will be dangerous. Whereas, if leaders lead with compassion, they will be able to make impact at a humongous scale and help the humanity. And I seek the blessings of Sadguru to all of us, all leaders, those who are present here, who are not present here, to nurture a leadership that is compassionate. Again, my pranams to Sadguru. And before I finish, I want to be a little bit more kinder to my friends from Australia than Sunil Gavaskar. Don't worry about the T20. You may lose it. But I'm rooting for you for the Ashes. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Chandrasekhar, for accepting the award and for your gracious and inspiring words. The 3 C's, curiosity with courage, creativity and compassion, the 3 essential traits for every leader, is a lesson that will remain with us forever. Thank you. May we now request Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai to address us.
Why do people work in the world? Why should they? Sri Krishna answers that I do not have anything to achieve in the 3 worlds, and there is nothing that I have not achieved. Yet, O Arjuna, I work. I work for not my sake, but the sake of setting an example for the others to follow. And that is the precise reason why the great leaders work in the world. They have nothing to achieve for themselves. There is nothing that they need to achieve, or there is nothing that they haven't achieved. Yet to set good examples for the rest of the mankind to follow, they continuously strive and make efforts. This Global Leadership Award recognizes and celebrates such leaders, such curious leadership, creative leadership, and more importantly, compassionate leadership. As it was put so very succinctly by Sri Chandrasekharan, who so very kindly has accepted this Global Leadership Award, and we are very thankful to him for doing that. So also Sunil Gavaskar ji, who has led Indian team to several victories and has a long-lasting relationship with Australia as well. The Border Gavaskar Trophy is the proof. And today, as the Australians are here to celebrate, I'm sure they are not just celebrating two countries, but we are celebrating this connect between two cultures and the fourth C, cricket, that connects us all. Cricket connects the Australians to Sunil Gavaskar, to Chandrasekharan ji, to me, to all of us, because we are a cricketing nation. So it's a wonderful occasion where two such eminent leaders are there with us. One who has made the nation proud in the sporting field and got many accolades to the country. And the other side, a global leader who has taken this amazing organization. I'm in awe of the vision of Tatas. Ever since I learnt in my management days about the contributions of Jamshedji Tataji, who had envisioned an organization that would not just drive the economics of the country, but it would actually bring equity and work for the people. That is something they have stood by ever since and till today. And now under the leadership of Sri Chandrasekharan, the group continues to strive to do better than before, not just for themselves, but through them for the millions of people who depend on their businesses and for the larger good of the nation and the world. The Karnataka is especially blessed, not because we have TCS and other companies over here, but because we have one great institution called the Indian Institute of Sciences. This was the brainchild from Jamshedji. And I believe it was inspired by the vision of Swami Vivekananda, whom he, no accidents in life, but accidentally met on a ship. And on conversing, they realized that he was going to learn about how to manufacture steel and such technologies for that. He was going to learn about it. And Swami Vivekananda guided him. Why don't you build an institution so that all of us know how to do it instead of asking somebody else to do it for us? Why don't we do it here? And then the Maharaja of Mysore then, he offered the land that he had, which is now the IISc. And the Tatas put in the money, and I believe he borrowed money to build the institution. And then today it stands as one of the premier institutions in the world. So their contribution is beyond business. They did not do things just to make profits out of it. The people-centric approach of Tatas is what makes them a distinct group. And that group is now so very ably led by Sri Chandrasekharan. I had a little conversation before we came here. And he was mentioning that he has a vision for the country. And he did write a book about healthcare delivery systems and how to solve the rural problems of the country through technology and through various other interventions. And I hope we can borrow a few ideas from your book and your thinking, and we can implement that at the grassroots level with your guidance and help. India is poised to become a great nation in times to come. Economically, yes, it's a young country, but more importantly, spiritually. And the soft spiritual power of India is what will bring the world to India now. And this festival that we are celebrating, the World Cultural Festival of One World, One Family Mission, it's because of this spiritual power of India. They all are here from so many nations just to celebrate the spirituality of India, which translates into social good. And I also wanted to let a little secret out that this One World, One Family name itself came because of Sunil Gavaskar ji. We were in, so it is to his credit. We did not call ourselves this mission some time ago. But you see a visionary, anybody, they can see things where nobody can see anything, they visualize it. So we were in Bay Area in Mehran's house, Mehran is also here, and we were having a discussion, and then I was speaking something, and I think I said, one world, one family is the way forward for everyone. And immediately Sunilji said, that's a great caption, one world, one family. I think that would cut across all cultures and countries and all boundaries, and everybody can easily understand. And it's very catchy as well, like in cricket. So he immediately said that, and then we renamed ourselves as the One World, One Family mission. And look at the achievement that within no time, 100 countries are here to celebrate this idea. So I'm truly sitting between two great visionaries. And I'm sure in the coming times, with the guidance of such leaders who have lived that life, who are not merely speaking, but they are actually living that life which they are speaking about. What he mentioned, curiosity, but with humility. Look at his stature and look at his humility. That itself talks about his leadership skills. And look at the courage. He was mentioning he made some bold decisions to invest in semiconductors. Now, we do not know, as India, we haven't been there yet. But taking a bold decision because this is what the country needs. And today we hear about semiconductors, chip manufacturing everywhere. Everybody is talking about it. Yet, to envision that and to make bold decisions is not a simple thing. Especially when you are at the helm of affairs and any decision of yours can affect millions who are working for the organization. But he took some bold decisions. That is definitely creativity with courage. And without courage, nothing happens in this world. Fearlessness, Bhagavan says, always be fearless, be selfless. Only selfless people can be fearless, he used to say. And I tell our formula too, we should be selfless and we should be fearless. And I add a little one more word called shameless. When you have to do good, don't be ashamed, don't be afraid, don't be hesitant. Just go ahead and do what is right. So that is our formula too. And of course, it all should be guided by compassion. The seat of compassion, Bhagavan would say, Hridaya means Hrud plus Daya. That which has compassion is true heart. A heart bereft of compassion is a piece of stone, he used to say. So compassionate leadership is what we need now. There is enough in this world, as Mahatma Gandhi would say. There is enough for every man's need, but not even a single person's greed. It is just the inequitability that is the cause of all the divide. A little more equitable societies would create harmony and peace. And I'm sure a lot of conflicts will disappear. So I am really very confident that Sri Chandrasekharan, who has a great vision for the country, and he would bring about the right kind of policy leadership and would create a more equitable and just society for all of us beyond his duty towards his organization. I'm sure as a mark of duty towards the nation and the world, his great ideas would help us create a more just and egalitarian society. I'm very grateful that he could take his time out despite all the responsibilities that he shoulders and honor us by accepting this little token of appreciation from our side. And also to Sunilji for leading this team of very esteemed jury. All of them have volunteered their time for this award. And I want to create this as an example for the young generation. There are a lot of them sitting over there. And I'm sure they have very promising, bright future. But if only it is guided correctly, if only they can derive inspiration from right kind of leaders in the society, there is no limit to what they can achieve. And you should do good for yourself, but more importantly for your nation and for the world at large. Because after all, we are just one world, one family. We are not separate, we are not disconnected. While yes, globalization is getting slowed or even getting decoupled, but as human beings, we are always connected in our hearts. And this interdependency, this interconnectedness is what makes us a good human race. And I think we appreciate that, and we appreciate the idea that such organizations exist who are doing human service. The Tata Trust have done so much good to the country that like no other organization has done in the country. And I know there are organizations much bigger in size in the world, but the intent and the commitment with which Tatas have delivered social service, I do not know of any other organization that comes anywhere close to that. So I want to wish them the very best, and I also want to convey our heartfelt wishes and blessings to Sri Chandrasekharan for continuing to do what he is doing and take our country and the world to greater heights. But as I said, create a more compassionate society, a more compassionate world for all through your curious and creative leadership. I look forward to you visiting us again and learning from you and your ideas. How can we do better for the whole world? So without taking more time, once again, I want to welcome all the Australians. There is a joke about Australia by Sunil Gavaskar. You're going to die. There is a joke. Do you know that joke? Ask him later. He said, are you going today? Instead of, are you going to die? But that's about Australia and Sunil Gavaskar. However, for today, I'm very happy to see all of you over here. And they have been a great support to this mission, all of you. So welcome to India. Also, I would like to, I will come back for the music program and other great initiatives that we'll learn about Australia in a short while. Thanking once again everybody. And a special thanks to Sri Chandrasekharan ji for being here today. And hope you come again very soon. And we can discuss more about your vision for the nation at large. And I'm sure with Baba's blessings, you'll do very, very well.
Once again, we thank our dignitaries for their esteemed presence. With this, we conclude this segment, and we will be back after a few minutes.
As we commence the next segment, we are pleased to announce the signing of a memorandum of understanding between Atmiya University Rajkot and Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence. This MOU marks the beginning of a collaborative journey in academics, research, and value-based education, fostering excellence in higher learning. The partnership envisions faculty and student exchanges, joint research projects, specialized training programs, and the establishment of a values education cell to integrate ethics and human values into the educational framework.
May we invite Professor Rakesh Mudugal, Vice-Chancellor, Atmiya University, Rajkot, and Professor Srikantamurthy, Vice-Chancellor, Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence on stage to exchange the MOU. Together, both universities aspire to promote human excellence, societal development, and holistic learning, guided by the spirit of collaboration and the shared vision of nurturing responsible and compassionate global citizens.
This evening, we are delighted to present the CSR Circle of Honor to 4 of our corporate partners for their invaluable support in our service activities. First, we have Covisint, a global agentic AI company delivering enterprise-ready services as software solutions. Covisint empowers organizations worldwide to reduce risk and accelerate AI adoption through cutting-edge capabilities in AI engineering, data, cloud, cybersecurity, and GCC transformation. Covisint has extended generous support towards our medical education initiatives, hospital operations, and other humanitarian mission needs, demonstrating exceptional flexibility, commitment, and goodwill. Their continued partnership reflects a shared vision to harness the power of innovation and compassion for the betterment of humanity.
Representing the company this evening, we have Mr. C.V. Subramaniam, Chairman and Managing Director of Covisint, and may we please invite him on stage to receive the honor. He is a visionary technology entrepreneur who earlier built Signity into India's leading independent software testing firm. Today, he leads Covisint's mission to advance global agentic AI solutions that transform businesses and societies alike. May we invite Mr. Subramaniam to share a few words with all of us.
Om Sri Sai Ram. My humble pranams to the divine lotus feet of Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai Ji. Good evening to the Vasudhaiva Kutumbam here. I feel privileged to be a part of this wonderful mission by Swami's One World and One Family. I am deeply humbled by this felicitation, and I accept it not as an award for myself, but as a recognition of the powerful, life-changing work that all of you here perform every single day. From the moment I was introduced to the mission of this ashram, I have been inspired. I truly feel an immense sense of happiness and privilege to be part of these incredible initiatives. It is more than just giving. It is about being a silent partner in something truly divine. When I reflect on our commitment, whether it is through the work we do it at Covisint or my personal contributions, I realize that it is simply a conduit. We offer a small contribution but through your hands and your dedication, that small gift has been amplified exponentially. It is deeply moving to know that this support is able to touch the lives of countless people in so many different forms. From the healing hands of the hospitals, providing care where it is needed most, to the transformative education delivered through the colleges and across the many social programs, you are building futures, you are feeding souls and uplifting communities. To see my modest efforts translate into tangible, positive change in health, in knowledge, in well-being is greatest reward a donor could ever ask for. Thank you again for this honor. More importantly, thank you for your unwavering commitment to selfless service. I look forward to contributing to this partnership and witnessing beautiful impact we'll create together in the years to come. Om Sri Sai Ram.
Thank you, Mr. Subramaniam. Our next partner is Dell Technologies. Founded with a vision to make personal computing more accessible and customizable, Dell Technologies has evolved into one of the world's most influential technology companies. Today, it provides cutting-edge solutions across cloud computing, data storage, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and digital infrastructure. With a deep commitment to innovation, Dell Technologies empowers businesses, governments, and individuals to harness technology for meaningful progress and transformation.
Beyond business excellence, Dell Technologies has demonstrated a strong commitment to education and social responsibility. They have helped our educational mission through the support of laptops and desktops to the Digital Library at the Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research, and also to the Atal Tinkering Lab at the Sri Sathya Sai Lokaseva Gurukulam. Representing the company, we have this evening with us Mrs. Archana Jain, Consultant, Business Operations, Dell Technologies, and may we please invite her on stage to receive the honor from Sadguru.
A leader with over 2 decades of experience, she has championed initiatives like the Girl Empowerment Program, impacting over 3,000 lives, the 1 million trees plantation movement in India, and enterprise-wide programs promoting sustainability, inclusion, and social impact. We now invite Ms. Archana Jain to share a few words with us.
Namaste everyone. Pranams to Sadhguruji. Today I'm here in front of all of you, and first thing I would like to say is I am deeply honored, and I say this with immense gratitude and humanity that I stand before you today here at this campus in front of so many people who have done such amazing work, not just through this institute, but also in their own lives. I do lead a lot of CSR activities which are volunteer-based for my organization, Dell Technologies. And truly, we all believe that corporate social responsibility is not the only thing we all need to think about. We all have individual social responsibilities. And that's what drives volunteerism at Dell. And all the people who work toward greater cause, greater good, come together and drive towards one effort. And that's exactly how Dell has been able to reach communities wherever the offices exist, nearby and farther in the country. When I got to know about this institute, I was immensely impressed with 2 things. One, the outreach of the hospital where rural areas are offered services by going to them, not waiting for them to come here. And second, having no billing desk in the campus at all. There's just no word that can express the gratitude for doing such noble work. When I talk about Dell computers, Dell Technologies has provided the setup which helps us grow and thrive through technology progress. And in coming times also, I am very hopeful and I look forward to opportunities where Dell Technologies team members can visit this campus, partner with the students who study here, and on one-on-one basis, they mentor them and teach them how to best use the technology for their educational progress. And that's something that I'm really looking forward to. While I'm here, I just want to say 2 things that are very close to my heart. At Dell, we have worked very hard towards girl empowerment. And in last 13 years that I have got fortune to lead this program, we have been able to change 30,000 lives. We also work in the, thank you. We work in the environment sector as well to ensure the farmers are educated with the drip irrigation and the latest technology of how they can progress in agricultural field. Along with that, we are planting 1 million trees across India. And in last 7 years, we have almost completed the number, and last few 100,000 to go before this financial year ends. So I'm hoping that hundreds of farmers who have benefited, out of which 30% are women, are also able to stand besides rest of the community and look forward to meeting Dell's mission of 2030, where we see equality, equity, and education spreading all over through technology progress. And I really want to thank you all for this recognition to my organization and myself. Dell is a place where each of us are empowered. So I accept this award on behalf of each volunteer who has worked hand in hand with me, and our leadership team who has always been unconditionally supportive. Namaste.
We would now like to honor our next partner, PA Impex Private Limited. Established in 1999, PA Impex Private Limited has grown from a family-driven enterprise into one of the leading exporters of Karur-made home textiles, proudly representing Indian craftsmanship in global markets. With strategic operations across Delhi NCR, Panipat, and a premium showroom in Gurgaon, the company has set benchmarks in quality, timely delivery, and ethical production. With a workforce of 406 employees, 62% of whom are women, and an indirect employment of over 200 individuals, PA Impex demonstrates that business growth and inclusive development go hand in hand.
The company also supports government students through scholarship programs. They have extended their support towards the construction of the centenary building block and other initiatives of our mission. We invite on stage Mr. S. Vignesh Ramkumar, Managing Partner, PA Impex, and Mr. Shaktivel V, Founder, Chairman, and a fellow Chartered Accountant to receive the honor. We invite Mr. Vignesh Ramkumar to share with us a few words.
Loving pranams at your lotus feet, Swami. Good evening, all. I accept this award with gratitude on behalf of my brother and all our staff members of the company. Thank you for honoring me and my father and for giving the opportunity to be your partner in this global mission. When Lord Rama built a bridge to Sri Lanka to rescue Mother Sita, even the tiny squirrels came forward to help, adding their little grains of sand to the mighty bridge. Their act, though small, was born out of true love and compassion. In the same way, we too are like those little squirrels in the Swami's divine mission, each doing our small part with love and faith. The work undertaken here is truly divine and is inspiration for us to contribute more to the society. My father has taught me and my brother to always keep the society as a part of our growth and success and give back to the community which has done so much for us. We express our love and gratitude to Swami for fulfilling the prayers by coming to our home at Salem to shower your blessings on our family with your divine presence and love. Thank you for honoring us as a part of Bhagavan Baba's centenary birth year, who continues to be the guiding light for us, and we look forward for a continued partnership in this mission. Thank you, Swami.
Our next partner to be conferred the CSR Circle of Honor this evening is Rotary District 3011 Delhi South for its remarkable contribution to healthcare, particularly in the area of cervical cancer awareness and vaccination. Rotary District 3011 Delhi is a vibrant and service-oriented community within the Rotary International, encompassing Delhi and NCR. Guided by the timeless Rotary motto, service above self, the district continues to lead impactful initiatives in healthcare, literacy, environmental sustainability, women's empowerment, and youth development, creating waves of hope and change across society.
Through its community health initiatives, Rotary District 3011 Delhi, in collaboration with the institution, has conducted free-of-charge HPV vaccination programs at the Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research. These programs have made life-saving vaccines accessible to young girls, helping prevent cervical cancer and building a healthier, empowered generation of women. Representing the Rotary Club Delhi South, we welcome on stage Mrs. Vandana Bhalla to receive the CSR honor from Sadguru. We invite Mrs. Vandana Bhalla to share a few words.
Pranams at the lotus feet of Sri Madhusudan ji and Sri Sathya Sai ji. I'm so humbled, I'm so, honored to be here today. I had come here just to do my vaccinations. I've come here earlier also, and I try to keep coming here because the kind of work that Shri Madhusudan ji and the entire team of theirs, the entire organization is doing is so wonderful. It's so heart-rending that I want to keep coming back to them. And whenever they tell me that, we want so many girls done, any amount, I've told them that we are going to be here trying to vaccinate these little girls against cancer, HPV virus. I'm totally enamored by your country, Australia, and it is so wonderful that I stand here in front of you. You are one country which has totally vaccinated each and every child in your country against this virus. Each and every child in your country is protected against this dreadful disease called cancer. So I offer my pranams to all of you. You are, you guys, you all are leaders and you're visionaries and your hearts are full of compassion. I want to tell you, this disease is so dreadful that, and it is increasing year after year. Every 1 minute, there is a woman that contracts this disease in this world, and in every 2 minutes, there is a woman dying of this disease. And it's not just an ordinary death. It is the most painful death that a human mind can't even envisage. And we in Rotary have come forward, and we are offering it to all our children in our country, absolutely free of cost. We do not charge them even a penny. We do not charge them anything, and in fact, we keep on going for awareness talks. I travel every week. I'm out of my city and I'm traveling all over these days. I'm trying to go to the rural parts of our country. I've gone to so many cities, I've gone to so many states, and whoever calls me to do as many vaccinations, I just go there and I vaccinate the children there. I feel it's divinity that helps me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to afford so much also. It's a very expensive virus in our, vaccine in our country. And I don't know how I'm able to do it. I have already vaccinated through Rotary, of course. We have already vaccinated about 35,000 to 40,000 children. It's supposed to be the maximum in the country anyone has done. But I feel it's God's grace. He is the one who is empowering me to go out there and try to vaccinate each and every child. Because I feel this is the work basically of our government. It is not a sole individual's work or a NGO's work like Rotary. So, but if they are not doing it, we can't let our children die because of this. And if we vaccinate our children between 9 and 14, our children are 100% protected against 5 types of cancers. And if we're able to vaccinate each and every child in the world, like polio and other dreadful diseases, we'll have thrown out these cancers from our world completely, saving mankind from cancer. So I want to thank all of you, and I'm so grateful to to this organization, and I want to keep coming back here. Anytime they call me, I would like to come and vaccinate as many children that they'd like to offer to me to protect against cancer. Thank you so much.
Moving on to the next segment. As part of the One World, One Family World Cultural Festival, today we celebrate the Commonwealth of Australia, a vast land of diverse landscapes, rich heritage, and vibrant cultures. It is home to one of the most oldest continuous living cultures, the Aboriginal and the Torres Strait Islander people, whose art, stories, and connection to the land continue to inspire generations. Land of the kangaroo and the koala, Australia is one of the most developed nations in the world with a high quality of life. The Heart of Love Centre for Human Development at Murwillumbah, about 2 hours from Brisbane, was established by Sadguru in September 2017. The centre has become the headquarters for various social and spiritual activities for the One World, One Family mission in Australia. Once again, a very warm welcome to all our brothers and sisters from Australia.
This evening, we are honored to present the One World, One Family Award to Mr. Jack Anderson. He is the co-founder of Elucidate Education, a student-led initiative that creates and donates educational materials to schools in need. Under his leadership, the organization has grown to include around 70 dedicated volunteers, reaching tens of thousands of students, both locally and internationally. Driven by a deep commitment to equity in education, Mr. Anderson regularly visits remote areas of Western Australia, providing resources and support to socio-economically disadvantaged, rural and indigenous students, empowering them to realize their potential. Beyond his work with Elucidate Education, he is also a keynote speaker, documentary maker, author, and a Harvard University teaching fellow, pursuing a Master's of Education through a prestigious scholarship.
Mr. Anderson was honored as the 2025 Western Australian Young Australian of the Year by the Honourable Prime Minister of Australia for his extraordinary contributions to education and philanthropy. His tireless dedication, visionary leadership, and passion for educational access has created a profound and lasting impact, inspiring young Australians to strive for a more equitable future. May we please invite on stage Mr. Jack Anderson to receive the award and deliver his acceptance speech.
Thank you to Sadguru Sai and the One World, One Family Foundation for this honor and for recognizing the work done by Elucidate Education. I want to dedicate this award to everyone across the globe who is working tirelessly to make education accessible to all children, because I am just a small part of this journey. Growing up, I was the kid who tried really hard at everything and was somehow good at nothing, but I did have one privilege going for me. I had a great quality high school education experience because I was lucky enough to attend a really great school in Perth, Western Australia. And that foundation of a quality high school education took me to the University of Western Australia, where I studied mechanical engineering, and then to Harvard for my master's in education technology, and now to China's top university, Tsinghua University, for my master's in global affairs. You see, a quality high school education is what gave me the foundations to grow into a young man who is positively contributing to my country. But every year, tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of young children are being denied of this fundamental human right to a quality education. And that's why I co-founded Elucidate Education with the most incredible, dedicated group of volunteers, so that we could provide tens of thousands of young Australians with access to the textbooks and education resources that they need to succeed in school. But mine and my team's efforts aren't going to solve Australia's or the world's education inequality crisis alone. True change happens at the policy level. It comes from us realizing that our education system is no better than the schools that are struggling the most, and we must therefore invest relentlessly in the high schools that need it the most, so that regardless of where you're born, whether that be rural, remote, or urban, you receive the same quality educational experience that's going to set you up for the rest of your life. I hope to create this reality for Australia, and I hope others can do this for the rest of the world. Thank you very much.
We'll now have two representatives from Australia who will present about the country's culture, peoples, and values. First, we have Ms. Sarah Swarovski, who is a biomagnetic therapist and a young spiritual seeker. Having been introduced to Sri Sathya Sai Baba at a tender age of 2 by her grandmother, and inspired by the teachings of Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, Sarah has recently relocated from Melbourne to Muvulamba to be at the headquarters of Sadguru's mission in Australia. She's an active member of the Heart of Love Foundation, Australia. Ms. Sarah Swarovski, please.
Respected Sadguru, distinguished guests, sisters, brothers, and dearest students, as we would like to say back home, g'day. It is my pleasure this evening to take you all down under to my island home, Australia, a country that is as vast as it is unique. Australia is the world's 6th largest nation, situated in the southern hemisphere. It is both a country and a continent, surrounded by the Indian and Pacific Oceans. It is a land where the world's oldest living Indigenous culture meets modern diversity, creating a unique national identity. Australia is home to around 26 million people. The capital city is Canberra, located in the Australian Capital Territory. Being such a vast country, Australia's climate varies greatly from region to region. The north experiences a tropical climate with hot, humid summers and wet seasons. The central areas are dominated by arid deserts, while the south enjoys a temperate climate with 4 distinct seasons. The national currency is the Australian dollar, and 1 Australian dollar is equivalent to approximately 58 Indian rupees. English is the national language, though Australia is linguistically diverse, with over 300 languages spoken, including Indigenous languages and those brought by immigrant communities. Australia is world famous for its landmarks, both man-made and natural. Uluru, also known as Ayers Rock, is a massive sandstone monolith renowned for its striking red colour. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of Australia's most famous natural and cultural landmarks. Standing at 348 metres high and over 500 million years old, it is sacred to the Anangu people, the traditional custodians of the land. Kakadu National Park is also an UNESCO World Heritage Site and is the country's largest national park located in Australia's Northern Territory. It is renowned for its stunning landscapes, diverse wildlife, and ancient Aboriginal rock art that dates back over 20,000 years. Sydney Harbour is one of the most beautiful natural harbours in the world and home to 2 of Australia's most famous landmarks. The Sydney Harbour Bridge is affectionately known as the Coat Hanger and offers panoramic views of the harbour. The Sydney Opera House is a masterpiece of modern architecture. Famous for its sail-like design, it hosts world-class performances and stands as a symbol of Australia's creativity and culture. The Melbourne Cricket Ground in Victoria is Australia's largest and most famous sports stadium. It can hold over 100,000 spectators and is often called the spiritual home of Australian sport. Australia's spiritual foundation is grounded in the Indigenous concept of the dreaming, the time of creation when ancestral beings shaped the connections between people, nature, and spirit. These stories guided the Indigenous people, teaching respect for all living beings. Australian cuisine is a reflection of its multicultural society. Traditional favourites include the backyard barbecue and classic pie, but the food scene has also been enriched by Mediterranean, Asian, and Middle Eastern flavours brought by immigrant communities. Australia does not have a single traditional dress, but clothing often reflects its climate and lifestyle, casual, practical, and outdoors orientated. Indigenous Australians have ceremonial attire that reflects deep cultural and spiritual symbolism, which you will all see later this evening. The arts flourish in Australia, reflecting both ancient traditions and contemporary creativity. Indigenous Aboriginal art is considered among the oldest cultural practices, which is celebrated internationally for its symbolism, storytelling, and connection to the land. Music in Australia spans a wide spectrum, from classical symphonies and operas to modern rock and pop. Dance is equally as vibrant, with world-class companies such as the Australian Ballet and Sydney Dance Company performing both classical and contemporary works globally. Indigenous traditions include the didgeridoo, clapsticks, and corroboree dances. They continue to thrive, sharing ancestral stories with audiences both in Australia and abroad. Australia's respected figures come through sport, where the nation's spirit of perseverance and teamwork is most recognised. Cathy Freeman is one of Australia's most celebrated athletes. She became the first Indigenous Australian woman to win a gold medal at the Sydney Olympics. She stands as an inspiration for determination and equality. Like India, Australia is deeply passionate about cricket, and the legendary Sir Donald Bradman stands tall, with a career batting average of 99.94, a record that remains unmatched to this day. Ricky Ponting, former Australian cricket captain and one of the most prolific run scorers in cricket history, he led Australia through a golden era, winning multiple World Cups and dominating Test cricket with his aggressive yet precise batting. Hugh Jackman is an Australian actor, singer, and stage performer, world famous for his long-running role as the Wolverine in the X-Men series. He is equally celebrated for his work in musicals like The Greatest Showman and his versatility on Broadway and in film. Professor Graham Clark. He is an Australian ear surgeon and medical researcher who pioneered the multi-channel cochlear implant, making it possible for many deaf people to hear again. His work is considered one of Australia's greatest contributions to medical science. Chris Hemsworth is an Australian actor who became an international star playing Thor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He is known for his mix of action, comedy, and screen presence. Often, he represents the laid-back Aussie persona in global media. Australia upholds strong systems in the following: nutrition that emphasises fresh produce and healthy lifestyles, though obesity and lifestyle diseases pose challenges. Education remains world-class, attracting global students while fostering innovation. Healthcare ensures accessible quality services despite the rising demand. Socio-care programs support vulnerable groups, promoting equality and inclusion. Australia continues to strengthen fair and inclusive access to healthcare, education, and essential services. Efforts focus on digital inclusion and creating local leadership for Indigenous, refugee, and vulnerable communities. Prioritising the improvement of housing, tackling food insecurity, enhancing mental health and aged care remains central to lasting social harmony. Australia's humanitarian incentives include government programs like Medicare, and the National Disability Insurance Scheme, alongside NGO efforts such as the Red Cross and Mission Australia. These address health, education, housing, disaster relief, and refugee support. Community-driven Indigenous incentives preserve culture while promoting empowerment, aiming to reduce inequality and strengthen social cohesion nationwide. Australia is a nation of rich diversity, ancient heritage and dynamic progress. By embracing innovation, empowering communities and honouring Indigenous wisdom, Australia can foster for a more thriving future for all of its people. Dearest Sadguru, we would like to present you with a token of love from all of us in Australia. A framed boomerang, which is an Indigenous hunting tool symbolising the idea that what is sent forth will then return. And also a coffee table book on Australia and its culture. Thank you, everyone.
We'll now have a video showcasing the service activities undertaken by our volunteers of the One World, One Family mission in Australia. Can we have the video, please?
Yara
Our second speaker from Australia this evening is Dr. Devi McAlpine. She's a practicing physician specializing in palliative medicine. Her family was introduced to Sri Sathya Sai Baba when she was just a little 6-year-old girl. She has been involved in the Australian mission of Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai since its inception. Dr. McAlpine serves as a board director for Health in Kind, the healthcare NGO founded by Sadguru in Australia, and is an active member of both the foundations in Australia, the Health in Kind Foundation and the Heart of Health and the Heart of Love Foundation. Dr. Devi McAlpine, please.
Good evening. My obeisances to dear Sadguru. Greetings to all those seated in the hall and watching online for the One World, One Family World Cultural Festival. In Australia, before starting an event or gathering, we often say an acknowledgement of country, which recognises our Indigenous peoples to be the original custodians of the land. Today, I would like to acknowledge this sacred country of India and the divine and wise beings who have walked and still walk this land and have given Sanathana Dharma, the eternal truth, not just to India, but to the entire world. Also, being the centenary celebrations of Bhagavan Baba, I would like to acknowledge him with deep gratitude as my first guru for his love, support and guidance from childhood, and then deep gratitude to my second Sadguru seated here on this stage. I was fortunate that my parents were inclined towards Eastern philosophy and were introduced to Baba when I was young. I immediately had a connection and firm belief that he was God. We studied his teachings, read devotees' experiences, and felt blessed whenever he may visit in a dream. There never felt an urgency for us to go to India, and we travelled 10 years later when I was 16. I remember at first it feeling strange to see Baba walking in the crowd, apparently at a distance, when my relationship with him had always been on the inner realm. I was often writing letters to Baba during the trip at 16, then multiple trips in my 20s. I think mostly they were on themes like asking for guidance in life, opportunities to serve, perhaps asking for liberation, though I cannot specifically remember. So in this next chapter with Sadguru and the One World, One Family mission, I think my prayers and letters were heard. This past year especially, there feels to have been a significant shift. Sadguru did start the year by telling to be divine, do divine. If I could analyse about where a shift happens for me, I cannot give a specific story. It wasn't triggered by some external event like a hardship, miracle, or through service activities. I think it was more a change in my attitude, coupled with sincerity, ripeness, and grace. I started living truly convinced of God's presence, and in this conviction, incorporated him earnestly into all aspects of my life, be it work, eating, sleeping, travelling. So rather than being my life, it was now our life. The bandwidth of my inner connection also increased. I feel to be dwelling deeper in the ocean, less affected by the superficial waves of opinions and the fear of missing out or FOMO. Dwelling in the deeper water, I feel more complete and content within myself, with no need to grasp for external things of the world. We tend to be laid back in Australia, and with the endorsement of Ashtavakra, I feel myself going with the flow, not in a lazy way, rather flowing in the moment with the guidance of the higher self. When in the zone, it's a relief, not having to be the initiator for doing, though it can take significant courage to move out of my comfort zone and act per my intuition anyway. I would like to acknowledge those in the One World, One Family mission who have generously offered opportunities for learning, which really does assist with our spiritual development and transformation. Be that the Paravijja courses, Sai Prakashana for online discourses, the Eye to Eye retreat organised by the generous Malaysian devotees, and of course Sadguru himself, the cosmic gold medalist for communication of the higher truth. We have an online study group in Australia. Initially, it started to study Sadhguru's teachings on the Bhagavad Gita. We sometimes incorporate guided meditations to assist in subconscious insights, which I find valuable. We were following Sadhguru's world tour earlier this year, keen to listen to talks and curious to know where he will go next. I can place an experience I had when he was in Italy. I felt spontaneously and vividly that my patients were actors, like hired professional actors in a course to assist in communication skills. I curiously observed them during ward rounds and admired their ability as actors playing a patient role, but knew who they really were at the soul level was far beyond that. An extension of this experience is seeing those around us as actors that often test our skills and equanimity and love. A difference being in training courses, you can request a timeout to get feedback, reflect, and try again. I suppose the big timeout in our lives to reflect is the gap between dying and rebirth. For myself, those are the patients or spiritual actors that I work with, those approaching timeout of this physical plane, the goal being to assist their transition to be as smooth as possible. I would like to finish with a poem. I have been inspired to write poetry on occasion this last year, which is something new for me. The structure and rhythm is based on a famous Australian poem that you will hear later in the cultural program. Man's love of wealth and power, of white picket fenced lanes, of large houses, friends and parties, fulfilling in his days, strong wants for praise, position, children and marital ties. We know, but do not desire it. Our hearts lie otherwise. We look to Sanathana Dharma, the eternal truth, the guiding way to exit this world of rebirth. Enough is enough, we say. Deep gratitude to our Guru, Sri Madhusudan Sai, who teaches and transforms us with compassion to the sky. A knowledge that's eluded us, an experience unknown, to identify as Paramatma, that direction he has shown. He was once like us, you see, dwelling in the lower. An example growth is possible. He, the divine farmer, a wisdom sower. Core of our hearts, pure consciousness, to I am we identify. Shackles of lifetimes loosen, the donkey no longer in tie. And as we detach from the body, the mind, desiring God, not for this world, we can finally rest, be free. A bird released, a flower unfurled. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Devi McAlpine. On behalf of all of us, we now request Sadhguru to bless us with his benedictory message.
So get to speak twice today. I think Australia is a wonderful country. And ever since I visited Australia for the first time, I saw the energy, the enthusiasm, the eagerness of people to know about Indian spirituality really touched my heart. Because they were really serious about learning and knowing and changing themselves. Of course, they talk a lot and they fight a bit. But then I think that's typical Australia. But they come together again to do anything that I tell them to do. Be it a mobile hospital or the help to the victims of the floods and indigenous people, or to build an ashram, Heart of Love, which is a beautiful ashram. And I really enjoy being there because there are kookaburras who keep singing, not singing, laughing all day long there. And you should hear them. They sound so human that you almost think that you have your neighbor laughing across. But there are beautiful birds and so many wonderful things, the kangaroos, the koalas, and of course there are a lot of snakes over there. But all of that puts together a beautiful symphony of nature every morning that I wake up in that ashram. I look forward to waking up to listen to all these wonderful creatures who are everywhere, all around in the trees, in the lake, and on the house. That is the serpents I'm talking about. They can be anywhere. But Australians live like that, happily amidst the nature. And they respect that too. They look after them. So these are something that I learned during my Australia trips. And today so many of you are here. I'm very happy. I really like Australia and the Australians because they're very straightforward. They call spade a spade. And they are very eager to learn spirituality. This is something that really touches me. The indigenous people, I love them very much. There is some kind of innocence coupled with deep wisdom that defines them. And I attended a ceremony in Australia, and they are so respectful to the nature, to the sun, the moon, the earth, and they are always thanking the natural forces for all the abundance that they have. Not that they are very rich and very wealthy, but they are happy in whatever they have. And we attended many such ceremonies over there. Thanks to Gary, who always invited them over. And we always attended that, and we felt very happy. We felt very connected. They have a symbol like this. This is a symbol of unity. And they show the hand. That's the one. With all those indigenous people. So the idea is that it's about unity, that we are all one. There are 5 fingers, but there is only one hand. And that is how we are all united. One world, one family. We have different fingers, but one hand. So many beautiful things I've learned in Australia. And I also am very appreciative of the support that they have been giving, whether it is the hospitals, the Sanjeevani hospitals, whether it is the colleges and schools that we have built, even for the medical school and all these initiatives. They've always been there, and they're only a phone call away. I tell them and then somehow do it. They talk to each other and then they somehow support all that we always ask for. So yes, very, very grateful on behalf of everybody who is benefiting from your support. And I'm looking forward to the music, which is very beautiful. And one of the indigenous person, he sang a song on water. And that really stayed with me. I can't remember the lyrics and the song because it is in somewhat their language, so I can't remember. But he was singing that water is eternal, this water is a cycle. You see, the water that is in me goes into you, from you to the lakes, from the lakes to the clouds, from clouds through rains, it comes back to the ocean. Again, the cycle repeats. So that is the story, that the eternity of water. Think for a moment that this water in the universe has never been replaced. The same water that is recycling itself through you, me, and everybody. And that story, that is an indigenous story and a song. That wisdom, that we are all connected. We are not different from each other. In some way, we are all interdependent. And we must respect that. That is an indigenous wisdom. It's not something that was taught to them in schools. They knew it themselves. That song kind of stayed with me. The eternity of the cycle of water and the eternity of all our existence. That we never die. Like water never dies. It just changes and then comes back again. Likewise, we don't die. We just get recycled. Our bodies get recycled and our soul remains. And what a beautiful poem Dr. Devi recited. How deep, how clear. That makes me really happy. And thanks for that additional gold medal, by the way. I'm also grateful to our corporate partners who have been supporting us. Kovasant, Subramanyam ji, who has been supporting for last 3 years. They have been coming and doing whatever best they can. And I wish them they do well and then they continue to support more good causes. And Dell Technologies, which has also helped us reach out to many village schools. And I think more than 3,000 children last year were educated on computers. And our teachers went in the bus, which is a computer lab, a mobile bus, went village to village and taught them. And this year, I think 3,000 plus children are being targeted to be taught. So thank you, Archanaji, for coming and sharing your thoughts. And I do believe that education is a great leveler, and we want education to reach every single person in the world, beyond India, in Africa, in Southeast Asia, in Latin America, Caribbean, Pacific Islands, and so on. So I hope we can work, because Dell Technology is a global company, and such initiatives through our global mission can be taken up in different countries too. I also want to acknowledge the services of our Rotary district in NCR, Delhi, and Vandana ji for coming and doing what you are doing, and with such passion and with such commitment to ensure that no girl suffers because of such cancer and no woman dies such a painful death. You know, your compassion and your commitment to the eradication of cancer, especially in the young girls and women, is very commendable, and we look forward to continuing this support wherever we can. Thank you. And Shakti Velji, Vignesh, they're a family, so I don't have to thank them and all. But nevertheless, because I'm on a stage and they are supposed to be recipient of the award, so thank you very much for your services. And thank you for connecting us to so many friends. I went to Salem, and they had organized a huge gathering of all their industry friends in a hotel room, and I talked to all of them. And you remember, do you know there is a horse here in the ashram? Yeah. What's the name of it? Shraddha. Shaktivel gave me that horse. I told our children should learn some horse riding too as a skill. So they have a farm. And that Shraddha is now just about the right age to learn riding, because when she came, she was young and we were not supposed to ride then, but now she has grown, and I think this is a good opportunity for all the children to learn some horse riding. Riding a horse is compared to riding your mind, because horse is a very intelligent animal, but it connects to the rider. It can sense what's going on in the rider's mind. It has an instinct. Likewise, we and our mind, the soul and the mind are connected, and mind is just a vehicle, whereas soul is the real owner or the rider. So that is why our senses and mind are always compared to horses. When we say hold your horses, means shut up, that's what they mean to say. It means control yourself, you know. So the idea of controlling mind and senses is about being able to control a horse. So learn some horse riding, it will be open. I think there is a small place has been created in arena, and after all these functions get over, you can try it out. Now I am not too worried because we have orthopedics department, so it is okay. Yeah. But don't please overdo it, because we don't have veterinary sciences still. Don't trouble the horse too much. But this is for the small kids to begin with, and slowly, you know, you should learn. All skills are necessary. So that is another thing that Shaktivel had done, so I wanted to thank him for that. And this Jack from Australia, and wonderful work for education, and he felt the need to make education equitable, because sometimes education is very expensive in some of these countries. Not everybody can afford it. There is a small school called Tugulava School that runs there. Ron and Sue have been a part of it, now Sunil and others. It's for the children who have fallen through the cracks in the system. Many of them are children of convicts or people who have gone astray. And they're all housed there and they're taught there. And Fitzgerald, who had come in here, he studied our system and said, I need your teachers in my school in Tugulava. I said, of course, you send your teachers, let them get trained, and then we'll work out something for all the children. My idea is that no child should be denied education. A good education goes a long way in building a healthier society, a happier society. So I think that is one area in Australia we will concentrate in the coming times, how to collaborate to bring good quality values-based education to the children of all kinds, you know, indigenous as well as everybody else. I do know there is still lots to be done for the indigenous people. You know, they have their culture. Sometimes that does not allow them to get into the mainstream. But I know our Heart of Love Foundation has done a lot of work, and Health in Kind also, in going out and helping them and bringing them onto our platform and inviting them to be a part of the community. Otherwise, they feel a little left out. But I do feel for them, and I feel that we owe a lot to them, and we must do something about it, which we will do. in Australia in coming times. I'm just waiting for some of our students to become postgraduates and be ready to travel and go to faraway lands. And then once they are ready, I will put few of them there who will permanently stay with you, work with you, and bring whatever is required from in terms of knowledge from India to Australia and so on. So that permanent establishment will help to take care of a lot of children back in Australia. So that will happen in the future. I have a plan. Slowly, we will work on these programs. And now I'm looking forward to the music program from Australia, and I believe some of the natives, Aboriginal people are here to sing a few of those very, very deep songs. I hope they will explain too what they are singing so that children understand. And like you enjoyed the Maoris of New Zealand when they were here, we still remember that program. Likewise, Australians, the Aboriginals of Australia are like that. So we will get to hear them soon. So once again, thank you, Australia, for doing what you're doing. Please continue to do good. That is what we are born to do. We are not here to do things for ourselves. We are here to do things for others. And in that process, we also benefit. And yes, that joke was real. Isn't that the real joke? I heard somewhere. You are not going to die. Somebody asked him, are you going today? But they asked and it sounded like to die, isn't it? But you're not going to die. You're going to live on and you're going to do good to so many more people all through the world. He's such an ambassador. He spends all his time wherever possible to spread the word, and with congenital heart diseases in children. He has gone around the world, he's spoken in so many forums, brought all those people together, and they now have become a part of our Sanjeevani chain of hospitals which are being supported. So he's a great humanitarian. Beyond cricket, that compassion that drives. And I'm sure with his people and the cricket match that is organized here, that has also become a very famous thing with a lot of cricketers coming and participating. So he has been a very good batsman for the mission. And he has always been doing batting for us in all countries, irrespective of the terrain, the field, or the climate. And he is scoring well. So we do believe that such people are inspiration. I could have given a leadership award to him also, but then it is too bad because he is leading the very jury which is deciding on the award. He can't give himself an award, so I'm not giving him one. But surely it deserves one from all our side. I think a big round of applause would do for that. Don't bend. We all love you very much. I keep telling that, but no, I think I should stop speaking now. But when I was a kid, and he scored 10,000 runs, that was the first time in the history of Indian cricket. Oh, I remember the excitement in the whole colony. We were living in an industrial town, right? So all these houses are facing each other and there are roads in between. And the children would make roads into cricket ground after school hours. So I remember that afternoon, it was somewhere in the mid-afternoon, 3:30 like that, the news broke and all TVs were flashing 10,000 runs in the mass, and he had done that. So we all took our bats and balls, and everybody was on the road. The whole, all children from all places, all on the road. They were so inspired by that one act. So inspiration can come from any corner. And to do good and make nation proud like this, that's an inspiration. And today I'm sure with what he's doing, he'll inspire the younger generation to not just play cricket, good cricket, but they also go out and serve the society, which he's already told. Arvinda De Silva, he introduced. Now he has become a champion of children's heart problems in Sri Lanka. And he is doing his bit. Likewise, one inspires the other. So I'm looking forward to also, we are planning to organize the third match probably in Jan, Feb kind of a time. He has to decide, and then we all can celebrate again, coming together. Okay, I think that's enough for today. And I'll come back after a break for the music program.
Tonight's presentation, titled The Australian Story from Then to Now is a captivating cultural performance that journeys through the rich and diverse heritage of Australia. From the sacred Dreamtime origins of the First Peoples to the vibrant harmonies of modern Australian music, this performance celebrates a land where ancient wisdom and contemporary creativity walk hand in hand. First, the indigenous group, named Wollumbin Dreaming Dance Group, will present the traditional Aboriginal dance. Their songs and movements honor a sacred connection to land, animals, and the spirit of oneness. As the first culture and the original keepers of ancient law, they carry wisdom that has traveled far and wide. The presentation is directed under the musical artistry of Sarah and Silas by the directors of the Melbourne Youth Orchestra. Introducing the artists, among the Wollumbin Dreaming Dance Group, we have 5 indigenous leaders and knowledge keepers. Yurandeli Wunjina, Malian Wiringin, Irunjel Bales, Delaney Bales, and Chantal Hai.
Gana repa malara yala berba, yo gana repa malara yala berba, yo gana repa ka kana murda dai, yo gana repa ka kana murda dai. Yura yura yo namale nuro, yura yura yo namale malara. Yura yura yo namale nuro. Yura yura yo namale malara. Gana repa malara yula berba. Yo gana repa malara yula berba. Yo gana repa ka kona murda dai. Yo gana repa ka kona murda dai. Yura yura yo namale nuro. Yura yura yo namale malara. Yura yura yo namale nuro. Yura yura yo namale malara. Gana repa malara yala berba. Yo gana repa malara yala berba. Yo gana repa ka kana murda dai. Yo gana repa ka kana murda dai. Yura yura yo namale nuro. Yura yura yo namale malara. Yura yura yo namale nuro. Yura yura yo namale malara. Ayo ay Yura. Thank you. That song was called Yulu Bariba, which means welcome in the good Nura, the good spirit. Yulu Bariba also means the people of the land and the sea. We come from many nations from the East Coast, but we all here as one people. This next song we'd like to do for you is called Medagimpa, the dance of the sea eagle. The sea eagle is the one that taught us how to fish. He would call out to let us know when the mullet fish has come into our bay. Also, the Medagimpa, the eagle, teaches us how to hunt for those fish. what happens is if we hit those fish on the side of the schools, the pilot fish, the leader fish, will run out to the deeper parts of the ocean, so we can't catch any fish. But Medagimpa teaches us to always hit the middle of the bait ball. It will confuse all the fish and keep them to the surface of the water, so we can sit there and fish all day. This song, Medagimpa, Dance of the Sea Eagle. Medagimpa, yaranya double band. Medagimpa, yaranya, oh Medagimpa, yo wanje, ya pomanaga. Medagimpa, yaranya double band. Medagimpa, yaranya, oh Medagimpa, yo wanje, ya pomanaga. Oh, Medagimpa, yaranya double band. Medagimpa, yaranya, oh Medagimpa, yo wanje, ya pomanaga. Oh, Medagimpa, yaranya double band. Medagimpa, yaranya, oh Medagimpa, yo wanje, ya pomanaga. Thank you. This next song that we'd like to do for you is called Balka Borangan. Balka Borangan means to go fishing with our totem animal, Borangan, the dolphin. So what would happen is that the men would slap their spears on the surface of the water as they are stomping their feet in the sand. The women would slap their nets on their leaves on top of the water and also shuffling their feet to send the vibration out to the Borangan, the dolphin. He was chasing all the fish for us. And then we can sit there and fish all day. Once we finish fishing, we give back the largest catch and give it back to the dolphin to say thank you. This song is Balka Borangan. Balka mala, bama billa double ban, are wanje, balka bama billa double ban. Yeah, tick up, go. Yeah. Balka dunda, bama billa double ban, are wanje, balka bama billa double ban. Yeah. Tick up, go. Yeah. Balka mala, balka dunda, bama billa double ban, are wanje, balka bama billa double ban. Yeah. Tick up, go. Yeah. Water. Thank you. Now, we move on to one of the oldest wind instruments in the world, the Buddha Yomando, or the didgeridoo. This is one of the oldest wind instruments also. The same frequency that is provided from this instrument is the same frequency that we all have. The plants, the animals, and so does our Mother Earth. So when we play these instruments, it brings us all back to the one frequency, and we all heal together. So now, we're all going to be playing together as one big frequency. Thank you.
Now, this part here is all about inclusivity, because we are cultured people, we are circle people, and we involve everybody in our culture. So sharing this exercise, it's about getting rid of negative spirit. So in the morning, when you wake up, might have bad dreams, bad energy. So in the afternoon, might collect other people's energy, your own negative energy. So we would do this exercise morning and night. And it is about synchronicity, because we are frequencies, constant frequency that runs the universe. Our existence makes existence exist. It's like hive mentality. The bees work together to make God's nectar, which is honey. So in this exercise, our whole community would do it together. And in this exercise, we have the males doing, and this is your part. You are now part of our tribe. This is where you come in. This is everybody in the whole room. We have special for woman and special for man. And this is about feeling each other's love. We empower each other through connection, through understanding, through compassion, empathy, and love. But love is the ultimate frequency. When I become a celestial God instead of a human doing, because I'm a celestial being who does human for a little while to be a better celestial being of frequency of love. And all of you now are part of our tribe, our nation, our people. And you will feel this exercise all the way through your spirit, to the point you'll have sore cheeks from smiling so hard. But it's only if everybody participates, because not everybody is strong, not everybody is smart, not everybody is creative, but together we make everything. Everything. So every person in this room is special, and I love you. You have something that completes my whole circle, just with your being. So, I would ask our queens, our matriarchs in our culture, women are the law. We might be men at front, but we always ask our wife for permission. So if we're like, we're going to war. Babe, is it okay if we go to war? She said yes. So we would listen to our wives, because they think, they love, they understand, they compassion and empathy. We just do. Men, we do. We do, we lift, we strong. So I would ask of our queens here to do this one here. So, but if you're really good, you can do it special way, like, and it's out, cross, because everybody loves the embrace from their mother, from their sister, from their aunties. So it's hugging. You bring in the love, and you reciprocate it out and in. So, synchronicity, like bees. Beautiful, beautiful. And we're going to go faster and faster, so be prepared to smile really big. And for our kings, our power, our doers, lift heavy stuff. We do a daily one like this. Pay homage to my Māori brothers. They have been here, very similar to their haka stance. And we do this. Just be careful not to spit over everybody in front of you. I want to feel a little bit spit down my face. That's when you're doing it properly. Very beautiful. Beautiful. So what we do, I am the conductor. I have the stick. So, rhythm, you. Beautiful, beautiful. Now the exercise, the trick to this one, is we start slow, and then we get faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. Really fast, until we can't go any faster. And then when I put my hand up like this, I want everybody in the room to blow my spirit off with a big Yah-woo! Like that. Throw it up and bring it down. We throw all the negative away and be filled with positive. You're already smiling, see? Very good exercise, this one. And everybody can do it. I do it with my children in the morning to settle them, to center them before they go to school. I do it at night to tire them out and to center them. And we'll have beautiful sleeps and beautiful days. But it takes every bee in the room to make the honey good. So everybody has to do this exercise in synchronicity together. I don't want to hear the zoo. No zoos in here. We are one perfect machine of spirit. So when I start, that's your cue. So when I put my hand up and I start knocking, I'm going to do a solo, because I'm good like that. I'm going to do a solo first. And when I put my hand up, that is your cue. You are the band, so don't stare at me when I start doing this. That's you. You are part of our nation when I start. Okay, is everybody ready? Oh, that was terrible. Is everybody ready? That's what it is about. Thank you very much. That's beautiful. Now, I want to hear Yah-woo like that too. All right, here we go. Solo. I put my hand up, and that's when everybody kicks in. Then you're all the band. Here we go. Did everybody feel that? You feel that? That is the pure love frequency of every person in the room. We just shared love. And it was good fun, wasn't it? We did this morning and night to cleanse our spirit and to be closer to one another. Yah-woo. Tiger.
Are we getting going? Is it getting going?
Yep. All right. So next song we're doing for you is Welcome Dance. Welcome you into our country. Welcome you into our hearts. Welcome you in our spirit. Thank you. Garing in Name.
Lord, I ran in the name, Georgia, Moberono, I ran in the name,
Kareninda name, Dojamo Peruno, Kareninda name, Dojamo Peruno, Kareninda name, Dojamo Peruno, Diamond Merangai, Diamond Merangai, Jagun Gantono, Diamond Merangai, Jagun Gantono. Diamond Merangai, Jagun Gantono, Kareninda name, Kareninda name, Adojamo Peruno, Kareninda name, Adojamo Peruno. Stop! That's good. Thank you. This final dance that we'd like to do for you all is called Yulu Bariba, just like where we started with, but in this ending, in our language we say Yuway, which means not goodbye, but we will see each other again. Yulu Bariba, Yuway. Repa malara yala burba yo gonna repa malara yala burba yo gonna repa ka kona murda dai yo gonna repa ka kona murda dai yo way yo namale nuro yo way yo namale malara Yo way, yo namale noro. Yo way, yo namale malara. Gonna repa malara, yo la burba. Yo gonna repa malara, yo la burba. Yo gonna repa ka, gonna murda die. Yo gonna repa ka, gonna murda die. Yo way, yo namale noro. Yo way, yo namale malara. Yo way, yo namale noro. Yo way, yo namale malara. Gonna repa malara, yo la burba. Yo gonna repa malara, yo la burba. Yo gonna repa ka, kuna murda dai. Yo gonna repa ka, kuna murda dai. Yo way, yo namale nuro. Yo way, yo namale malara. Yo way, yo namale nuro. Yo way, yo namale malara. Yo, you way. Good. Thank you very much. I'd just like to say, we thank you very much for having us, India. We appreciate you, and we love you like our people. One world, one culture, one way. Yahweh.
May we now invite the special choir group comprising artists from all over Australia. The presentation is directed under the musical artistry of Sarah and Silas by the directors of the Melbourne Youth Orchestra. On the vocals, we have Ms. Jessica Probert, Ms. Maid Atman, and Ms. Wendy Cameron. Ms. Sarah Busitil Palmer on the fiddle and vocals, Ms. Gary Mutta on the sodophone, Mr. Peter Ruha and Mr. Robert Cameron on the acoustic guitar and vocals, and Mr. Silas Palmer on the fiddle, piano, and vocals. Please put your hand together for the wonderful troupe from Australia.
Anyone out there? There you are. In Australia, we have to go coo when we're in the bush because we might get separated. We have to know where someone is, because as you know, it's a very big island and it's easy to get lost in the bush, and many people do. So cooey is a very normal thing for people to do. So welcome to this part of the performance, and our performance will tell a story of the journey of the people who came to Australia. And on our stage we have a heritage of Irish, Yugoslav, English, Welsh, Maltese, and that's it, isn't it? Danish. So there's a bit of that in all of us here. So we all come from, there's 300 different people living from 300 different nations in Australia. So we're all mixed, very much so. So enjoy, enjoy. The first song's called I Am Australian, and some of you might know it.
I came from the dream time, from the dusty red soil plains. I am the ancient heart, the keeper of the flame. I stood up on that rocky shore, I watched the tall ships come. For 60,000 years I've been the first Australian.
I came upon the prison ship, bound down by iron chains. I rode the line, endured the lash, and waited for the rains. I'm a settler, I'm a farmer's wife, on a dry and barren road. A convict, then a free man, I became Australian.
I'm the daughter of a digger who's on the mother lode. The girl became a woman on the long and dusty road. I'm a child of the liberation. I saw the good
Imagine this. It's the 1700s, and the jails in old London town were overcrowded. The government of the day decided to ship them out to a new penal colony in far, far off Australia. The first fleet of 11 tall ships left London and arrived 8 months later at Botany Bay. There were 1,500 passengers consisting of crew, soldiers, paying passengers and adventurers, and 775 convicts. This song is called Bound for Botany Bay. Farewell to old England forever. Farewell to my uncles as well. Farewell to the well-known Old Bailey, where we used to have such a swell, singing to-rely-o-rely-a-dee, singing to-rely-o-rely-a, singing to-rely-o-rely-a-dee, we're bound for Botany Bay. Tain't leaving old England we cares about, tain't 'cause we misspells what we know, but because all we laughing good gentry hops around with a log on our toes, singing to-rely-o-rely-a-dee, singing to-rely-o-rely-a, singing to-rely-o-rely-a-dee, we're bound for Botany Bay. There's the captain There's the captain, there's our commander, there's the boatswain and all the ship's crew, there's the first and the second class passengers, knows what we poor convicts goes through, singing to-rely-o-rely-a-dee, singing to-rely-o-rely-a, singing to-rely-o-rely-a-dee, we're bound for Botany Bay. Oh, had I the wings of a turtle dove, I'd soar on my pinions so high, slap back to the arms of my Swami love, and in his sweet presence I'd die, singing to-rely-o-rely-a-dee, singing to-rely-o-rely-a, singing to-rely-o-rely-a-dee, we're bound for Botany Bay, we're bound for Botany Bay, we're bound for Botany Bay. The next song is called Click Go the Shears, and it is set in a shearing shed. The click is the sound that the old-style shears made as the shearer cut the wool or the fleece from the sheep's back. Now there was a race on to see who was the fastest shearer. There was the ringer, who was notably the fastest, and there was the old snagger. The old snagger was fast but a bit rough, and he would leave tufts of wool on the fleece, and sometimes in his haste he would cut the sheep's back. If at any time a sheep's back did get a nick or a cut, then they'd call out for Jack, and Jack would come running with his tar pot of medicinal tar to put on the cut so the wound didn't get infected. Out on the board, the old shearer stands, grasping his shears in his thin bony hand. Gaze on a bare-bellied yo, and glory if he gets so won't he make the arena go.
Click go the shears, boys, click, click, click. Wide is his flow and his hands move quick. The ringer looks around and he's beaten by a bow, and passes the old snagger with the bare-bellied Joe.
In the middle of the floor, in his cane bottom chair, sits the boss of the board with his eyes everywhere. He notes well his face as it comes to the front, pays strict attention at his taken off clean.
Click go the shears, boys, click, click, click. Wide is his flow and his hands move quick. The ringer looks around and he's beaten by a bow, and classes the old snagger with the bare-bellied Joe.
And he's waiting in demand, with his blackened tar brush in his tarry hand. Sees him a sheep with a cut upon his back, and this is what he's waiting for. It's tar here, Jack.
Click go the shears, boys, click, click, click. Wide is his flow and his hands move quick. The ringer looks around and he's beaten by a bow, and classes the old snagger with the bare-bellied Joe. Click go the shears, boys, click, click, click. Wide is his flow and his hands move quick. The ringer looks around and he's beaten by a bow, and curses the old snagger with the bare-bellied Joe. Curses the old snagger with the bare-bellied Joe.
There is a saying that home is where the heart is. And in the case of our next song, it's being in nature, surrounded by nature, appreciating the simple things in life, more specifically, a home among the gum trees.
I've been around the world a couple of times, or maybe more. Well, I've seen the sights and I've had delights on every foreign shore. But when my mates all ask me the place I adore, I tell them right away.
What do you tell them?
Give me a home among the gum trees, with lots of plum trees. A sheep or two and a kangaroo, a clothesline at the back, veranda at the front, and an old rocking chair.
You can see me in the kitchen cooking up some oats or Vegemite on toast. Just you and me and a cup of tea, but later on we'll settle down out on the porch and watch the possums play.
Give me a home among the gum trees, with lots of plum trees. A sheep or two and a kangaroo, a clothesline at the back, veranda at the front, and an old rocking chair.
There's a Safeways up the corner, a Woolies down the street, and a brand new place they've opened up where they regulate the heat. But I trade them all tomorrow for a little bush retreat where the kookaburras call.
Give me a home among the gum trees, with lots of plum trees. A sheep or two and a kangaroo, a clothesline at the back, veranda at the front, and an old rocking chair.
Some people like the houses with fences all around. Others live in mansions, some beneath the ground. But me like the bush, you know, with rabbits running round and a pumpkin vine at the back.
Give me a home among the gum trees, with lots of plum trees. A sheep or two and a kangaroo, a clothesline at the back, veranda at the front, and an old rocking chair.
Everybody.
Give me a home among the gum trees,
with lots of plum trees. A sheep, a tune, a kangaroo, a clothesline at the back, veranda at the front, and an old rocking chair. Give me a home among the gum trees, with lots of plum trees. A sheep, a tune, a kangaroo, a clothesline at the back, veranda at the front, and an old rocking chair.
Wow, all those animals. Hello, dear friends, family. Swami, thank you so much for having us. This is an incredible honor. I must say, Silas and myself, Sarah, we crossed the road yesterday with lovely Pravesh, who took us to meet Maestro Demetrius, to listen to the Sai Symphony, and to these wonderful young students who are playing music. Thank you. We love them so much that we stayed and we played music with them for 2 hours because the orchestra is so inspiring. So thank you to the students for having respect for your elders, having respect for everyone around you. It is the most beautiful sentiment. We've never felt so much kindness. And to the students, please enjoy the musical journey that you have, because music is a universal language of love and it does unite us all. So we're going to play you one composition which has influences from all around the world that we wrote together for our band, the Royal Hijinks. And it's called Dark Corner, and then we'll have a dance, good old bush dance.
the next thing that we're having is a beautiful poem, and Davey McAlpine, Dr. Davey, is going to come and recite that for us. And she will tell you about this poem.
My Country is an iconic Australian poem written by Dorothea McKellar at the age of 19 when she was homesick in England for Australia. It was first published in 1904 in the London Spectator and quickly became popular in Australia. It is still recited and taught in Australian schools today. The love of field and coppice, of green and shaded lanes, of ordered woods and gardens is running in your veins. Strong love of grey-blue distance, brown streams and soft dim skies. I know, but cannot share it. My love is otherwise. I love a sunburnt country, a land of sweeping plains, of ragged mountain ranges, of droughts and flooding rains. I love her far horizons. I love her jewel sea, her beauty and her terror, the wide brown lands for me. The stark white ring-barked forests, all tragic to the moon, the sapphire-misted mountains, the hot gold hush of noon, green tangle of the brushes where lithe lianas coil, and orchids deck the treetops, and ferns the warm dark soil. Core of my heart, my country, her pitiless blue sky, when, sick at heart around us, we see the cattle die. But then the grey clouds gather, and we can bless again the drumming of an army, the steady soaking rain. Core of my heart, my country, land of the rainbow gold, for flood and fire and famine, she pays us back threefold. Over the thirsty paddocks watch, after many days, the filmy veil of greenness that thickens as we gaze. An opal-hearted country, a willful, lavish land. All of you who have not loved her, you will not understand. Though earth holds many splendors, wherever I may die, I know to what brown country my homing thoughts will fly.
This song was given by God, to God, for God. I dreamed I was the ocean. I dreamed I was the sea. I dreamed I was away, looking out at me. I dreamed I was the infinite sky, so vast, pure and clear. I dreamed I was and wondered why, looking out at dreamed, God spoke and said to me, my child, it's not so hard. You and I are really one, you see. Looking back at me, you and I are one, you see. Looking back at me, looking back at me, looking back at me. What do we do now?
The Wollambin Dreaming Group would now like to present a token of their love to Sadguru. It is a traditional Aboriginal art piece hand-painted by Mr. Nathan Rogers Falk, symbolizing 100 cultures coming together as one people as part of this global festival. May we now invite members of the Melbourne Youth Orchestra. Directors of the Melbourne Youth Orchestra would like to present Sadguru with a CD album titled Hearts in My Coffee. The album has been produced, written, recorded, mixed, and mastered by them. May we request everyone to kindly rise for the National Anthem of Australia, followed by the National Anthem of India.